Deanne and Peter needed a tree removed from their backyard, so they hired a tree lopper. That was a mistake.
When I seen it twist around and go towards the house, I thought, oh my God, here goes my house. Feeling of disbelief till I walked around and seen the damage. Then I believed it.
A family home in ruins.
I don't think he clearly knew what he was really doing.
And a tree lopper's to blame.
His first priority should have been to help cover the roof up and fix the damage up that he'd done. He didn't do that, he'd done the bolt.
This is the moment a tree lopper is hard at work.
Peter said, oh, this guy has dropped off the flyer in the letterbox. So that's how we first came across him.
The flyer had everything a tree lopper does, fully licensed, fully insured on it. And that's why we wondering why he done the bolt.
Peter and Deanne thought they hired a professional to chop down and remove this dead tree from their backyard.
And it wasn't until I returned home that evening and I walked around and really seen the devastation and the mess and just couldn't believe that my house was looking like that. And of course, I started crying. I was upset. And then Peter told me that he still hadn't rang him back.
And that's the real kick in the guts. The couple say the lopper did a runner.
I've actually walked in, get a pen and paper to get his details, and when I walked back outside, they were gone, going up the road in the ute. I tried to ring him straight away, no answer.
Days later, and tree lopper Matt Elms is nowhere to be found. It must make you pretty angry looking at this in your backyard.
When you employ someone to do a job, you think the job would be done properly, but it's just gone all haywire for us.
For Peter and Deanne, their home of 25 years is their pride and joy. They built it, raised a family in it, and now it's falling apart.
I don't think he's a decent human being, because a decent human being would have rang us back and reassured us that everything was going to be okay. You wouldn't have left the scene like that.
I say it was an accident. I'll put it down as an accident, that's okay, but why didn't he stop? Why didn't he help me fix up the damage that was done and cover my roof up?
Instead, Peter called the SES. Volunteers spent 6 hours cleaning up Matt's mess.
They've assessed the situation and said that they needed to put tarps over the roof so if it did rain, the water wouldn't get in the top of the bedroom.
Since then, the house has been left in this state. The tree remains in the backyard, and Peter and Deanne are in limbo. The couple has home insurance, but aren't covered for damages caused by someone tree lopping or tree cutting. They were told to resolve the matter with the tradesman.
If the tree had fallen on the house in a storm, then we would have been covered.
Brendan, at first glance, how much might this cost to fix?
Through looking at it, the structural implications, the damage that could have occurred to it could be in excess of $100,000.
Builder Brendan Sundstrom runs Tech Remedial.
You might need to strip back all those tiles right up to the ridge and be able to put in new beams all the way through down there, and then reinstate the tiles, make sure there's sarking to make sure there's waterproof, and the costs associated with that can start jumping up.
The family are currently living in this house. They don't have much choice. Is it safe, in your opinion?
I wouldn't think it's safe. I wouldn't be happy if I've got kids or family to be put in a house like that, especially when you've got most of the structures been damaged. If there's a big storm, who knows what could happen.
You want an arborist, not a tree lopper to start. So you want someone that's qualified. So they're qualified in arboriculture, a minimum Cert 3. Ben
Lawson from Shane's Trees is a qualified arborist.
This is one of the most dangerous industries in the world, and to be unregulated, it's really a travesty. It's not like a builder or a plumber where you need to have a licence number.
Of course, it was an accident. We're not saying it wasn't an accident, but it wasn't our accident, it was his accident.
Pretty true.
Tree lopper Matt has since contacted Peter and Deanne to apologise and says he'll try and resolve the situation with them. Matt's insurer told us he still hasn't lodged a claim though.